the Brooklyn Bulls taking on the Portland Riverhogs.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with their opponents. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Brooklyn ball club. They come in riding high. Just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going up top. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bulls have taken a first-quarter lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 4 plays. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Looking long for Thomas. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
They'll run on first down. Walker, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Now here's a throw that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 3rd down, Walker, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, Walker. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to them. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
7 yards the pickup there. 2nd and 3. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And he whips that one incomplete there. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Pressure comes, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs. They covered well. Allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. And that is incomplete. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. Portland's offense now about set to take over. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And that is incomplete. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. Second and 5. And that is incomplete. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll get this down to the 10.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing and try and get in the end zone?
Maybe that's wiser. 2nd and 11. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now a handoff here to his running back. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. On one hand, as we look at some of his struggles with the 3 interceptions, he's got to be upset. On the other hand, they're still winning this game.
So how does he take care of the ball the rest of the game? That's what his teammates are interested in because they pick things up for him throughout. You got to look over the defensive side, the kicking game. Those guys have made it work for him. Now his goal, not mess up anything else down the stretch.
Yeah, forget about those 3 picks. Move on. Looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Riverhogs have taken the lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll look to throw here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Going right side here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
Looking sideline, incomplete. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll look to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. Portland's offense now about set to take over. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup. And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Throw left side complete. That's Barker. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off at the 35. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
One more go for this offense in the first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston, and it's the Texans who are out in front. Lamar Jackson has thrown a touchdown pass. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Darnell Mooney.
Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now. From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw here. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense has come up with it. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they've got to be thrilled with the situation they've inherited here. Thank you, defense.
Thank you, indeed. They set them up in the short field ahead of them, and now they've got a good chance to strike quickly and take the lead.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
And to give this time to the tailback. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
A handoff for Carter.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Bulls have regained the lead.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Portland's offense now about set to take over.
And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up and
can't get away, and he's taken down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st down, it's Walker. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Working with his 2nd and 4. They run again with Walker. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. They'll drop to throw. Walker with a grab, left side. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Another tote for Carter.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll run on 1st down. Carter, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. That man again, it's complete. And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Carter.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bulls are able to extend their lead.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. They did exactly that.
A try here for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Portland's offense now about set to take over.
They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back.
Oh, man, can't do that.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
2nd and long. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He's going to look deep for Moore. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. Defender was right there in his shorts. Is that one of those situations as a DB where you just tip your cap and say, nice catch?
Well, you're supposed to. But a true competitor, he's not tipping his cap at all. He's upset he still didn't make the play. If it's a 50-50 ball or a moment of truth, he's got to win more than his fair share of them as well.
Probably especially angry because if it was incomplete, would have been 4th down.
Exactly.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up second and goal.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Eluding the pressure right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Riverhogs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And partner, the defense, they were keyed in on him early, but his talent shining through as of late.
I like what you said about keyed in, because it all started in their first meeting of game planning for this game, where they went over things with their team and said, all right, this is the guy we have to take out of the game. Make sure you get enough coverage on him, all the different defenses. Sometimes you run everything you've got in the first half, and they adjust in the second half and start to play better.
2nd and 9 now. And he's got his big tight end here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here's a give to Carter.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This will be 3rd and forever. Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here, because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 35 yards that time on the punt.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And Thomas has it. That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his man complete. It's Moore.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They're going to look to throw, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on here to punt it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Back to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Barker. That catch good for only a couple. Throw on the quick slant, going to be complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start on the ground. Carter. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Carter. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Portland's offense now about set to take over. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
And he rifles one incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
To throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Moore. Working with a 2nd and 3. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Again, he finds Moore. First down now, but that clock rolling. He'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He's back to throw. And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another run on second down with Carter. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run with Carter. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll come on to kick this one away. They'll look to set up his blockers. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by 5. And time, a huge factor. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Pass complete, Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the home team here, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.